everyone, Heather here with DIDliving, and as you've noticed, I've not been very active ever since I talked about my system going into chaos mode. And there is a reason for that, and I know we were going to talk about treatments, but we'll talk about those like next week. My system went into chaos mode almost a month ago, and things have been crazy. So, like, I'll just be sitting in the car and little pieces of memory, like, I'll remember something, and I'll remember something else, and then I'll remember something else, and then all of a sudden they combine together to make one memory. And it's so crazy to me because, like, I have never actually combined a lot of my memories from the past traumas that I had. So, like, for example, one of the recent ones was I remembered someone told me I could call 911 about something. Something happened and I did. Something else happened, but then when the police got to the door, I didn't talk about what had happened after I called 911. And I realized it was all in the same night. Um, and I was like, oh my gosh, this happened like all in the same night. This wasn't just this happened here, this happened there. This happened all in the same night. I've also been really watching a lot of Touched by an Angel lately. And honestly, like, at first, I thought it was a bad thing that I was watching Touched by an Angel because, like, I watch comfort shows like Touched by an Angel, Lazy Town, sorry, my nose itches because of allergies. Touched by an Angel, Lazy Town, Boy Meets World. I watch a lot of those as comfort shows. And recently I've been on a Touched by an Angel kick. Specifically the episodes where John Dye, who plays Andrew, the Angel of Death, is in. Especially if he's the angel to help someone. And I have actually been feeling closer to my feelings than normal. And having a lot of memories pop up, and then having crazy dreams that kind of, fill in with the chaos mode my brain was in whenever we first started talking to ourselves about how we always had to be the adult and how it wasn't fair. And it's crazy. So, like, I had a dream a couple days ago where there were two of me. Now, obviously, I can tell you who the two of me were. It was me and it was Angel. And we had just recently seen our therapist the week before, and she has said, you need to discuss amongst everybody inside who wants to come out and talk about this adults thing first. And I had a dream, and it was me and it was Angel. I was just my normal self, but Angel was super angry, pushing everybody away that came near her, trying to keep people at bay. And of course, because I've been watching comfort shows, and we've talked about fictives and what my fictives are like, a lot of my fictives showed up, like Andrew from Touched by an Angel, Monica, Tess from Touched by an Angel, and oh gosh, who else? Someone else showed up. And Angel was pushing them all away, even though they were trying to help her, because she was so angry. And when I woke up from that dream, I was like, okay, Angel, I see what you're saying. Because I could tell it was a dream from Angel. Angel wants to communicate with people exactly how she feels. And it's a lot. It's a lot of anger because she's been through a lot. I mean, the whole body's been through a lot, but she definitely has some pretty tragic memories, I should say. So that was the first dream, and what was weird is, like, Angel was still pushing people away, and then I was just sitting in a corner crying in that dream, thinking I wish I didn't have to be an adult. But then when I woke up, there were no tears, no nothing. I just yelled out in my sleep as Angel telling people to go away. It was really weird. The second dream I had just recently, it was actually just me this time. And I was running away from all my comfort characters that were there to try to help me. And not only was I running away, but Angel came out and started pointing at all the character in this dream, pointing at all the characters and being like, well, this one died in real life, and this one died in real life, and they're not really this, and blah, blah, blah. And that was a crazy dream because they were trying so hard to reach me and get a message across to me. And I have dreams like that all the time where my comfort characters are trying to get messages across, but usually Angel doesn't block them from getting the message across. But she did. Like, she did this time. She was just like pointing out everything, all the things that were in the dream that weren't in real life, and making it very obvious that it wasn't real life. And it was kind of sad because I woke up right as I finally managed to get to a point where I was with all the comfort characters and they were about to tell me something, and then I woke up. Gotta love those dreams. Had some troubles with a lot of revolving door stuff going on where random people are coming out, usually not in a bad spot, but I do know that I had, let's see, Sam came out sometime last week while at work. I was having a really, really rough day. I was in a really bad funk. I was like depressed, anxious, angry. Like, I'm starting to actually feel these feelings, and I don't know why my system has decided that they think I can handle the feelings, but I've started to feel these feelings. Like, I don't cry at all. I'll cry in dreams, but when I wake up, there's no tears on my face. I was watching A Touch by an Angel the other day. Something happened, and I started feeling tears welling up in my eyes, and I was like, what is going on? Because I've been so disconnected from my feelings for so long that when I even feel an ounce of my own feelings before someone else comes out or no one comes out, it surprises me. And then of course, like I've been hearing them talking inside a lot about things, about what I need to work on, what they want to work on. My therapist has given me a PTSD workbook. I'm going to start really working on that because I feel like it's getting to a point now where they're starting to be like, oh my gosh, we're safe, we're okay, everything is all right, we're doing good for ourselves. And I'm scared of what memories are going to come up because I don't know what memories the shadow people hold. So I'm scared of what memories will come up. But I also know that the bits and pieces that I remember, they all come together into one big puzzle. And eventually, it'll be an oh shit moment like it was while I was driving down the road the other day when I realized that this happened and I called 911 and then this happened and then this happened and then I said nothing was wrong. And it was like that was all in the same night. And when my body realized that, I don't even know, I can't even explain just how I felt. My heart dropped. I was like, oh my gosh, this was all one night. One night, all of this happened. And then there's been other memories coming up too about things like how I used to get super, super angry to the point that I was shaking, and not really knowing what was going on or how to regulate myself. That hasn't happened in a long time. I've not gotten that angry in a super long time, thankfully. But it's been crazy because I've been having dreams and I've been feeling things and having pieces of memories pop up. Sam came out at work the other day, which it's fine if Sam comes out at work. He's 25. We were in a funk. We were just not doing well. And so Sam came out. And it was very obvious to me. I don't know if it was obvious to other people, but Sam has kind of a lower voice. And he also talks a bit more smartly than me. So he came out. And then Angel came out co-consciously with him for a bit and shared her angry feelings with him. And so did Carissa. Carissa came out co-consciously with them and shared her sad feelings with them. And so it's been, the last 2 weeks, ever since that whole Twitter message got posted, my brain and body have all been in legit just chaos. Things are happening that I'm not understanding. Why am I feeling like crying over Touched by an Angel? Like, I was originally thinking Touched by an Angel was a bad thing to watch because I thought that maybe it was giving me bad memories. But the thing is, because of when Touched by an Angel came out, it started in 94, and we would watch it every day it was on in my family. So Touched by an Angel was probably one of the first shows as a kid that I really, really connected with. And so watching it again as an adult is crazy. Because it's like that little kid that used to watch it and take so much comfort out of it is still in there. Well, of course they're still in there. We're all still here. All 23 of us are still here. But they're still in there. And watching it is helping them get connected to feelings and helping me feel some of the feelings they're feeling. So that's been interesting. And unfortunately, and I hate this so much, this is why I'm going to be working on this PTSD workbook and journaling the next 3 weeks. I can't see my counselor or my therapist again until 3 weeks from now because they were booked. They were booked for the next 3 weeks. And I am terrified because of everything that's been coming up in the past couple months or the past couple weeks. And I don't want to rely, I have friends I can talk to, but I don't want to rely on my friends with things that are better, better suited for therapy. My friends are not therapists. Yes, I can tell them some things, I'll tell them some memories, or I'll tell them how angry I am about certain things. Like the other day, I was watching Touched by an Angel, and Andrew said something along the lines of, God sends angels whenever they're needed. And my everybody inside was screaming when he said that, because they're like, where were our angels? We prayed for angels every night. We begged for angels. There was some stuff that we prayed for that I'm not even going to get into because it's so triggering and I don't want to trigger anybody. But I do remember we prayed for angels. We were always hoping that we would one day be introduced to an angel who was there to help us. I mean, not fix everything, but help us. You know what I mean? In Touched by an Angel, it's more like they glow. They got the glowy light. They're like, "Ooh, I'm an angel, and you've got to listen to me." Blah blah blah, and then everything's fixed. That's not how real life works. But it's so frustrating because my body and everybody inside of it, whenever they said God sends angels to anyone who ever needs them, we started thinking about things that actually was why Angel was co-conscious for a bit with Sam, because she was like, angels, yeah, right, they don't really walk among us. We used to think they did. I mean, as a kid, we'd watch Touched by an Angel and we thought that angels walked among us. You know, we did. We thought that. Um, Recently, I've learned that there may be angels, but honestly, it just seems to me like most of the angels that I've had in my life are regular people, and once their job is done, you know, people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I don't really hear from them anymore. Um, but they're still around, and I still, you know, see their posts on Facebook and stuff. But like the younger ones, because we grew up watching Touched by an Angel, and I mean, I remember in 2003, 15 years old, watching the last two final episodes of Touched by an Angel. It was a two-parter, and Monica finally got a promotion to be a supervisor, and so she was going to be supervising angels, and so she wasn't going to see Tess again much anymore, and she wasn't going to see Andrew anymore, and she was going to be supervising other angels. um and I remember watching that when it came out in 2003, and we had been watching Touched by an Angel since as long as I can remember, because in 94 I would have been 6 or 7, and that's when Touched by an Angel started. I would have been 6. Yeah, pretty sure I would have been 6 when Touched by an Angel started. And I mean, we didn't watch all the episodes. We would usually only watch the ones that came out on Sundays at 7. That was kind of like, it was kind of like Star Trek with my dad. We would watch Star Trek all the time when it was on. My mom and I would always watch Touched by an Angel at Sundays at 7. So yeah, Angel came out. She's like, this says angels will come whenever we need them, that God will send angels whenever we need them. You know, and then she's like, where were the angels when this was happening? Where were the angels when this was happening? Where were the angels when we almost lost our mom and sister? Where were the angels then? You know, and she was super angry, and actually wrote to one of my friends, I think she did, and I was like, oh gosh, please don't know it's her, please don't know it's her. Because I don't want to lose my job over Angel. Like, we're pretty good at keeping ourselves, you know, okay. But yeah, it's been the last 2 weeks since I did the video. Wrote the video. I didn't write anything. I just kind of wing these videos. I treat them like a vlog. I honestly do. I don't write things. I just sit here and stare at a camera and talk about whatever comes up. But ever since that chaos mode video came out, I have been in chaos mode and have been having a lot of dreams, a lot of fictives visiting me in dreams, a lot of times where the little kids will become co-conscious with the adults while I'm at work. And just a lot. And so I am going to have to focus like for the next 3 weeks, because I don't get to see my therapist for 3 weeks. And honestly, that's not a good thing, because right now is when I need to be seeing them daily, or not daily, but weekly, is when the system is in this kind of state where memories are starting to crop up and things are starting to happen, and I'm starting to feel feelings. And I can't see her for 3 weeks. So I'm going to have to start working on that PTSD workbook and start journaling the dreams I have and journaling the things I remember from the dreams, because most of the dreams are literally just the people inside trying to communicate with me how they feel. I don't understand why they run away from their comfort characters, though. It's like in the dream, it's like they're running away from their... Okay, so I know why. I know why now. They're running away from their comfort character to see if their comfort character cares enough to actually chase after them. That's why we run away from our comfort characters. Would they actually chase after us? Do they really care that much about us that they would actually chase after us and talk to us? It's the same thing I guess I do with life too. Thinking about it, it's kind of sad. Like I literally, that's literally me. Like I will just push people away and be like, well, you know, I did something, I pushed them away, they never tried to reconnect, so they must not want me in their life anymore. Because there's been several times, like I've said, where people have just put up with me because they felt like they had to. And so I tend to be kind of like, I tend to, even people that I know care about me, I tend to push them away sometimes. Um, so, and it's not just me, it's the whole system. But yeah, I just realized that. Isn't that great how you can just vlog about what's been going on, and then all of a sudden you just come to this realization that, OMG, I'm running away from my comfort characters because I want to see if they actually care about me enough to chase after me and give me the message that they want to give me or that I need to hear as badly as they think I do. And I do the same thing with people, and it's so stupid because not everybody is gonna be like understanding of that. So like, and it doesn't help, it doesn't help your relationships to push people away like that. It really doesn't. um but no, that's basically where we've been the last couple weeks. And as always, I hope this video has been informative. I know this is more of a not really educational video on dissociative identity disorder, but it's more of a video where it's like, hey, look, right now, this is what's happening. My mental health is in the sewer right now, and everybody inside knows it, and fictives have been constantly visiting me in dreams, and I, for some reason, have decided that Touched by an Angel is going to be one of the best things to watch because I feel like I connect with my feelings the most while I watch that. For anybody who doesn't know, like, I have videos on here about literally what it's like to have dissociative identity disorder and how I can talk about any kind of trauma with no feelings whatsoever. Well, now it's getting to a point where I'm starting to feel things, and I'm not used to that. Because usually, like, Carissa will hold the sad, Angel will hold the anger, Sam will hold all the memories of the day and feed them to me slowly if someone else has come out and I don't know it. Hope holds the love for animals. Susan holds the excitement. And now I'm starting to actually feel things, and I don't know why. It's really weird because I literally just started seeing my new therapist 3 weeks ago. So I don't know why, and I guess it's just because somebody decided they wanted to watch Touched by an Angel one night at work, and they found the episode they wanted to watch. And as soon as they watched that episode, and then everything just went haywire, after the Twitter post. After the Twitter post, I had several of the alters inside my system wanting to watch things, and one of them was Touched by an Angel. And so, although I don't really like the preachy parts about Touched by an Angel because I grew up in church and it was not a good experience for me because I grew up in a really fundamentalistic church. But at the same time, there's so many things that we all can relate to in Touched by an Angel, that we just have never really done ourselves. So like there's a episode where someone points out that this person is doing all this stuff because they refuse to feel the anger and sadness, and it's like, oh crap, that's me right now. So it's very interesting. But anyway, I hope this video was informative. I am going to try to get the video up next week about different ways that you can treat dissociative identity disorder. Mostly we're just going to be talking about 2 ways, which are the ways that have been presented to me, but I know there's others, because I know you can, that some people believe you can do it through like hypnosis and stuff. I'm not into that. Like, I don't think that's a good idea. But we've got integration, and we've got just co-consciousness and co-communication. Those are the two things that we'll be talking about, and we may even talk a little bit about EMDR therapy, which technically I'm not really ready for EMDR therapy because I've had it before, and when I had it, Carissa came out, and then it took my counselor a long time to get me back out. Like, it literally, like, she started trying to call me back out about 10 minutes before our appointment was over, and it literally took till about 2 minutes till we needed to get out of there for Carissa to go back in. So, but it is a way to deal, it is a way to help with trauma and dissociative identity disorder, but it's just, you have to not be as dissociated as I've been lately, for it to work, or someone will come out and it'll take a while for someone to get you back out so you can get home and all that stuff. So anyway, that's what I'm planning on talking about next week. Thank you for listening to my little, what is it? I guess I could call it a little mental, emotional breakdown because of the chaos mode my system has been in for the last 2 weeks. I'm doing okay right now. Like, I'm doing okay, but I definitely am really worried about not seeing my counselor for 3 weeks because of all this stuff that's coming up. And yeah, you know. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and this is Heather signing off. Bye, guys.